All right. Test the
So
volume.
this
Close
was
that.
my
Okay.
first rank play game,
Yeah. First ranked game. Um.
and my first
So
the first time I prestiged, I was level 1. So
okay. Okay. So you played ranked at level one instead
right,
of.
yes,
Okay. Okay. Well, that explains the class setup thing. Um.
yeah,
Just a few notes to like start with. Um. Of course, the bow, the basic attachments and stuff. Um, Stock foregrip and either red dot or quick draw, depending on situation. And of course, again, same type of thing. In a competitive setting, all six classes would just be BALs with different assortments of perks and attachments, whatever. Um, First thing I want to mention is just the shield right here, because I know you mentioned you liked it a lot, and it comes up a few times in the game um, that it's a completely useless thing to have.
yeah. I really don't use it anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's
I
like
use the
there's
overclock or whatever it's
yeah,
called.
overclock is so much more useful. It's even more useful than stim, because stim is really only viable when you're like close to death and you heal up afterwards. Otherwise, it doesn't have as much impact if you try and break a hill with stim on. You might like cheese one guy or so, but that's about it. Um, and then the other thing is the score streaks. Um, Getting rid of the three score streaks really is beneficial. Um, just for this game in general, it
Yeah,
seems like
I don't run score streaks either on my classes I had today.
yeah, because at it, I mean, not that the score streaks are bad, but it's especially in hardpoint. Like, there's no point in running them. You're gonna die a lot. So let's see here. Let me pick the class. Uh, um, that. Let's see here. That kill or that death, I think, could have been avoided. Um, One, it's a thing where you have to have overclock, but up here, if you have overclock and instead of going to challenge the gunfight, push to the right because you got your teammates coming through this way. So if you can bait him back over here, it would be a little bit more beneficial to like just in general breaking the hill. But that's something I don't think anyone would expect to happen in pubs, mostly because in ranked play, especially right now, this early in the game, it's very likely that you would like walk this way and there's either a guy here and you can challenge that gunfight and maybe win it. Um, but I don't know if we can trust this guy to actually get that kill. So just like a nitty gritty thing, but nonetheless. Um, and right there, I don't really like the way you like jumping into the hill. Mostly because it's like towards the end of the hill and you don't need to be contesting it. Even here, um, it's a good kill to get, but it's a kill that you don't need. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
like it would be more useful to push towards the hill than to like or push towards the next hill. I mean, and this one like you get a good kill there, but let's see here, just a little bit. Um, because even before you see him on the mini map, like you can see your whole team is like pushing in the hill. Um, and I think it's another one of those nitty gritty things that a lot of people don't pay attention to, because especially in pubs, you can trust your teammates to do one thing, and that's push the hill. Like, because you're trying to think on a higher level, right? These guys are just little children who just run into the hill mindlessly and think that's the whole game. Um, and your goal shouldn't be to like kind of follow the same thing, because I mean, there's what, three guys in the hill right there, like guaranteed, and I think you might have one teammate dead if anything else. Um, this guy right here he's donezo. Like there's no way.
I don't know, man. You can really get some good 2 and 3 pieces
I mean, you know what?
with the bow. Like if you
Yeah,
just get a.
there is a chance of that, but like really, the odds of him killing, you know, maybe he gets this double kill, but he is probably not getting this
But
one,
then there's
right?
there's the guy. There's people. They're spawning to the north.
Yeah, they're spawning up here, and that's what I wanted to get to next. Because the reason you die here is because there's a guy coming from the right side, right? He's coming from over here. So my theory here is you let this guy go and let your teammates take care of him. Whether they kill him or not, it doesn't matter, um, because you're already up on this like vantage point. So if you're looking to the right, you can see them spawning, and they're either going to come up the front here or off on the side. More likely on the side, because they're not going to like be smart enough yet to traverse the map properly and get over here. So they're just going to flood in this way, and again, this is where that easy double kill with the bow thing comes in, because you'd be able to pull that off over here, and this guy's dead anyway, and that gets you another probably 15 seconds of hill time. So it's more of a, like, not just winning the hill or holding the hill, but winning it harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's this fucking guy. If you got that and you didn't put that on World Star, I would be so upset. This is a nice little double, triple kill, whatever.
I just got 1 kill actually.
Well, you got like 46 assists, whatever. And the other thing about that was challenging that hill. It was just kind of unnecessary. Again, mostly because there's 15 seconds left and you got your team spawning on the other side. So it would have been a little bit easier, I would think, to just try and get map pressure on the other side of the map.
I had no idea where the next hard point was at, by the way. I'm
Well,
just
yeah,
kind of.
that's what I kind of figured is, like with Green Band Hardpoint, it's kind of weird where they, like how they positioned him. But that comes with more time. That was a good one. I like that one. You did good to follow up there. Or follow his map movement. Or exo movement, I mean. And then this one, not bad. You didn't necessarily have to challenge it, because they're going to be pushing from the other way. But it's another, it doesn't really matter. I do disagree a little bit right now with like pushing the hill. Not just because it's like
5 seconds.
yeah, not just because it's scrap time, but like there's 6 guys here or 4 guys here, and whether or not you know where the next hill is, like for sure if you're pushing to the last hill that was over here, you're pushing that hill guaranteeing you're gonna die, and backing off, even just traversing the map and going over here and like playing it slow, moving backwards, it gets your team to spawn, as well as like saves you an unnecessary death. And who knows, there might be a guy who's coming up that way, rotating to the next hill, and you can like just pick him off ahead of time. I think this is actually really, really good of you, by the way, because you're watching the whole right side of the map. And then you notice, well, I don't think you noticed it, like actually noticed it, but I think subconsciously, like right, hold on. Okay, so I think you realize like where your teammates at and where that guy was subconsciously. You knew that they were gonna be spawning behind you, and that's why you moved here. Um, and especially now, that's why you kind of turned to the left. I don't think you saw the guy on the top, but nonetheless. Nice, nice. Now the next one should be back at the first hard point, right?
Uh, no, it's in the middle. I mean,
Oh
third,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's right.
the one to the left of that. Right. Um, yeah, and then again, same thing. You know, rotating the hills is even if you don't know where it is. You know, just kind of back off and play to the middle of the map until you know. It's a better way of like playing something you don't know than just sticking to what's on the screen there. And I really like the map movement or exo movement you did there. Um, like backing up. Because you're pushing forward and you can see that they're all on this left side. Um, and I think it was really good of you to jump up and use the map the way it is. Because I think another thing that you've had like struggles with is, of course, getting used to the exo movement in the game. But like that was one of the really good times to abuse, the verticality of these maps. Whereas a few times I've noticed, like, I don't think anyone's really used to the way to, like go across the map or whatever. But it a thing I've seen at least is instead of just jumping a ton, like you did way back at the beginning, going to the first hill, I think it was, you spawned over here and you jumped out the window, down, and then back up and over. So like up, and you had to like zoom across this thing here, the little gap. And I think like it, while it got you there faster, sometimes it's still beneficial or easier just in general to treat it like an old Call of Duty game where you don't have to make those movements.
Yeah, I think you see a lot of the pros like right now. They don't exosuit a lot,
Hmm.
especially in like well, especially in search because you don't want to make noise. But I mean,
Yeah,
just in general, it looks a lot more like classic Call of Duty.
yeah, and I think that's
That's how
something.
it's gonna evolve to be that way. Originally, everyone's gonna want to jump around and use all the new
Yeah,
movement mechanics, but
yeah, exactly. I think that's a big part of like the problem now is people don't know, like, they're like a little kid who gets a toy and they just like play the shit out of that toy, and they don't really understand that they're like what they think playing with that toy is not really a good thing. They're like banging a little fucking Fred Flintstone thing against their head thinking they're playing, but then you see like any other kid is just like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm going to have this Fred Flintstone walk instead of like jump through the sky and smack into the refrigerator." And that's kind of where we're at with exo movement. Everybody's like, "Hold on, guys, I gotta be the first one to break my fucking toy and die." Anyway, that's good movement there. Good grenade too. You should probably turn around. Yep, there you go. And you go into the next hill. There. I mean, yeah, you lose that gunfight,
yeah,
but yeah, it's whatever. The premise was much better than. Oh, ooh, I know that one. That was the same. It goes back to like properly maneuvering the map. Because like we all know in the game you get weird spawns, right? And it's like a common thing to just like bitch and complain about how shitty the spawns are. Um, but this is one of those where it's actually a really really good spawn for you. Um, but I don't think a lot of people know why. Because like your team is in this corner, right? They're way over here. So you got the out spawn, which means that their team is going to be spawning up front here, pushing forward, or there's like one guy who's just like jacking off in this fucking far corner way over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so instead of like pushing and going towards the hill, because you know it's like you got full hill time and everything. The best thing you could probably do, I would think, is either rotate backwards this way, so that way another teammate doesn't get this same weird fucking spawn that you did, or you push to the right, like where the next hard point is, up
Yeah,
that
I
little
would.
like stairs or whatever,
Mhm.
through that back room, and then all of a sudden you're behind them and their spawn, and they're going to be getting this weird spawn, but their whole team will, and they'll have no real way of like getting to the hill efficiently. Um, so they're going to be like stuck in a way where this guy, all these guys are dead. They spawn over here. All of a sudden, your whole team has like control of this side of the map, and they have to decide if they're going to push the hill or get a revenge kill on you, because again, this is pubs, that's what they do. um, so it like not only makes it easier for your team to hold the hill, but like it plays a mind game where it just pisses off this guy, and it might split the mentality of somebody, you know. So they're all of a sudden they're not playing hardpoint, they're back playing like Modern Warfare 2 team deathmatch, and they're like pissed off. So they're like, oh, this guy's using a bow, I'm gonna get a fucking shotgun and like just go stupid. You know what I mean? You did a good job to back off there. You have to watch that guy die. Yeah. Yep, yep. And you're going the right way too, because it's for the next hill. Even though you kind of push over and waste what you did there, it's better to push back and go like around this way. You know what I mean? Than to
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, than to just push the hill and try and force your way to the other side.
I also want to point out I'm rank 11 right now in
Oh
this
yeah, I
game.
know. Don't I
I
love the
ranked
way
up.
the experience is on this, or the way you like zoom through the first like nothing levels.
I don't think I ever ranked up that many levels in a Call of Duty before. One game.
I think double XP for Black Ops 2. I think I got a lot, but nothing quite like this, where it's like
12 levels. Because I went up to level 12 at the end of this.
hmm and that was the same thing as that I mentioned before. Like you're spawning over here, watch this right side. Don't push forward. Don't push to the hill, because your team has that. So you might as well just like watch your side.
How's the audio? Is the audio off sync?
No, you have it. The audio's good. At least I haven't noticed anything. And that's one. You get a double kill there, and I think that was just pure skill. I don't think it had much to do with you actually like playing it right. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like these guys are really stupid and they don't know how to kill anybody. Oh, that one, wait, hold on.
I think you're lagging, I think.
Really?
It was there for a second. Say something now.
Is that better?
Yeah, it might have just been like a spike or something.
Yeah, probably. Um, yeah, I was just confused by this spawn because like it had you spawn like straight in front of where they're spawning. Um, so again, the same thing I had mentioned before. If you spawn in a place that doesn't seem right, don't run forward, run left or right. Like just kind of instinct running to a side of the map will get you. It'll like change their spawn as well. So you could be the guy that flanks up like to the right of where you're looking now and around to the back and force them out of this back spawn, which is obviously the one of the spawns you want for this hill, or you go to the left and follow with your team, and you guys just hold this left side for a sec and push out once you get enough teammates on this side, you push the hill that way, and or push the spawn that way, whatever. And this one, you do a really, really good job of slaying on the hill. Although this little fucking grenade, that sucks.
Did you watch this already?
Yeah.
Oh. I was wondering
That's
how you
why.
knew
That's
that.
what took so long. I did a quick, like, run through of the game to make sure that there was stuff to talk about. But on that hill, or where you were, you didn't need to like push out at the last second. All you had to do is stay alive just a little bit longer, and your team is all going to be there. But once you did die, you had to like know not to push that way. You had to like rotate. But I mean that the scrap time you were getting there doesn't, like, it's another like doesn't matter type thing. I want to know how that guy, like, he had to have spawned like right over here to just run in.
No, I think I just saw him. Came in from the right there.
Yeah,
Uh,
he came in from the right over here and then.
I think so. I don't know.
Okay,
It's really hard to tell when you're running at like 2 frames per second.
yeah, sure. Yeah, and this is the one time that shield was useful. But even then, I don't think Stim
Yeah.
would have been more useful than that.
You really, if you're gonna use a shield, you better hope your teammate's shooting like the guy
Yeah.
who's shooting you, because otherwise, when you put that shield away, you're just gonna die.
You gotta really hope that, like, you have to really trust your teammates. See, this was a really good rotation here. Yeah. I wouldn't have challenged that. I would have thought to back off, but either way, you know, that's not bad. That was, again, that was a really nice exo movement there. Like, backing off and, you know. Is it,
Here it comes.
This is the smash thing, isn't it?
Glorious.
That was a little cherry on top. Did you like that?
Mountain Dew boots and my swag gloves.
Yeah, I think you did well there. I mean, you know, statistically it shows up really well for you, especially when you weren't like the hill bitch, but you were still getting plenty of captures and plenty of defense, but you also weren't like fully anchoring or anything. So, do you have any thoughts that you had during the game, and then any questions for me?
No, I mean that's just my first game, really.
Yeah, let's see here. And you have the other one you're gonna send me?
Yeah, I can send you the other two, but I'm going to probably go to bed because I'm
Okay, that's fair.
super duper tired.
Let's see.